Hello, we are from Group 6, and today we are going to explain about the morphological component.
Hello, my name is Ninda Shafa Ainu Nadia, student number 0.4. In this part, I'm going to be explaining the concepts of openness and productivity revisited. All the words in a language can be broadly divided into two parts, which are open classes of words and closed classes of words. First of all, I will explain open classes of words. Open classes of words or content words are types of words such as nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs that grow in a number in a language. Open classes of words are always being formed and very productive. Afterwards, the words in the open classes of words are categorized into two types. The first one is simple words and the second one is complex words. Simple words mean the words only have one morpheme. The words such as door, strong, read all have one morpheme. The next one is complex words, which consists of more than one morpheme. Windows, beautiful, writing, and quickly are the example of complex words. However, there are also non-productive morphemes in open classes words. For example, instead of mouses, the plural form of the word mouse is mice. So, the second category of words is closed classes of words. Closed classes of words are types of words such as prepositions and pronouns. The growth of these words is very limited. I believe all of you have already known the kind of pronouns and prepositions, so I'm not going to give the example. Closed classes of words don't readily accept new words. Besides, its members are fixed and don't usually change. Even though like that, these words act as markers or guides to the structure of sentence. Now, I'm talking about neologisms. Neologisms are constantly being added to languages. These are newly formed words. Languages are not something to stay stagnant. However, languages constantly evolve and change with new additions, deletions, and emissions. I have three examples of neologisms. First, the verb to Google has a meaning to search the internet. Another example is the word sarcasm means the gulf between the other sarcastic wit and the person doesn't get it. And the last example is the words such as village, villager, and villa have all been derived from the Latin word villa. The next topic is about compounding. What is compounding? Compounding is creating a word with more than one root. It derives a new word by joining two morphemes that would each usually be free morphemes. Here is the example of compounding. The word veggie burger consists of two morphemes, veggie and burger. The meaning of this word is a vegetarian patty that can be substituted for the meat and hamburger sandwich. Another example is the word greenhouse also has two morphemes, which are green and house. Greenhouse is something different from a house that's green. It's actually a new word derived by compounding. The last topic that I'm going to explain is acronym formations. Basically, acronym formations are words that are formed from the first letter or letters of more than one word. Although both acronyms and initialisms are abbreviation, actually they are different. While acronyms are pronounced as any word would be, initialisms is unpronounceable. So, since the word NASA, which is abbreviation of National Aeronautics and Space Administration, is pronounced as NASA, it's an acronym. Other examples such as the word ASAP, as soon as possible, and the word NAFTA, North American Free Trade. That's all from me, and the next topic will be explained by my friends.
Hello, my name is Ismi Sofiat Zahroh. My student number is 035. So, I will explain about foreign word borrowing, clapping, and backronym. So, foreign word borrowing is a cosmopolitan culture like ours is always coming into contact with other cultures. Through trade, travel, and conflict, words from one language enter other languages. Some of these words, such as the French cover, are spelled the same in English as they are in the original language. A small sample of words that English has borrowed from other languages is listed here. In German, such as noodle and dung, in Dutch, such as cookie and waffle, in Arabic, such as sofa and magazine, and many more. Not only English language that borrowed other language, modern Japanese in recent years modifying English language to fit the Japanese phonological system, such as gorin pisu, it means green peas, kissu, it means kiss, and the next one is clipping. Clipping is a deleting a section of a word to create a shortened form. For example, gas is clipped from gasoline, phone is clipped from telephone, gym is clipped from gymnasium, and app for application, stat from statistic, and fan from fanatic. The next one is backronym. That is a word that was not originally formed as an acronym is then made into an acronym. The word backronym itself is a blending of back and acronym. For example, PARL is a programming language. The letters of its name are now interpreted as practical extraction and report language. A backronym can even be formed for the word acronym. Wordsmith.org suggests that acronym could stand for a contrived result of nomenclature yielding mechanism. As with all acronyms, backronyms are essentially mnemonic devices. In this case, a word made up to represent a word that was not an acronym reminds the user of what the word means or implies. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Putri Jasmine Amalia Hassan. My student number is 051. So here's I'm going to explain about blending, derivation, and back formation. Blending is the process of taking two or more words or compounding, clipping parts of one or more of the words, and then combining them. The new word is a blend carrying a bit of meaning from each of its parts. Blends are often used for a result of technology such as the words nylon and betadine. Nylon is formed by combining vinyl and rayon. Betadine is a combination of battery and electron. Blends can be a type of abbreviation, as illustrated by the word Amerind for American Indian. It can be a playful way to form words, as exemplified by mimsy, created from miserable and flimsy. Blends can be echoic, associating types of sounds as with blurred, low, and spurred. They can label things that are intermediate between two other things, such as the word brunch, breakfast, and lunch. And the next is derivation. We say that a word has been formed by derivation if that word has been formed by adding a derivational affix. Numerous affixes in English can be used in this productive way. Some of them are as follows: re, an, this, in, pre, anti, sub, li, nus, id, nation, able, and full. New affixes are rare, but occasionally a new affix is formed and then can be used to derive a new set of words. For instance, the prefix cyber has become common. Cyber has been combined with such words as space, punk, theft to derive cyberspace, cyberpunk, and cyber theft. And the last is peg formation. Peg formation is used to form a new word through the process of analogy by removing an affix or what appears to be an affix from that word. Analogy is a process by which one form of the word or other linguistic phenomenon is used as the model for constructing another word or structure. The word revise can be used as the root to form the word revision. This is a derivational process, but sometimes an unfitted word like derivational process, even though the new word was not directly derived from any existing word. For instance, the word television was formed by combining tele or transmit and vision, something seen. Television was not derived from televise. However, televise was based on the fact that words like revision or from revise. An imitative process like this is called analogy. The words from are analogous to those formed by following appropriate established rules. The term back formation refers to the fact that televise was actually clipped from television rather than being the root for it. The word televise didn't exist before the word television and therefore couldn't be the root for television. And here's the examples of back formation. Donate from donation, edit from editor, induce from enthusiasm, and automate from automation. And that's all for me. The next material will be explained by my friend Dalila.
Hello, my name is Dalila Baswan with student number 050. And now I would like to explain about eponyms, people's names. Eponyms are words formed from people's names. People like to be remembered, and one way to increase the likelihood of being remembered is to have something named after you. Proper names are used to label animals and plants, inventions, places, food, activities, and etc. Trade names. New words are invented to label new products. Sometimes the word is formed on the basis of processes we have already discussed. Trade names sometimes become so widely used that they become the generally used term for the product. This has happened to the words Xerox, aspirin, Stabilo, Google, etc. Other manufacturers may make the machine, but these trade names have come to mean the products themselves. So the products that you think of as your Xerox machine might be manufactured by Canon, not Xerox, and Stabilo by Faber-Castell, not Stabilo Boss. Also, Google, mentioned earlier, used as a noun can refer to any internet search engine, and used as a verb, it can refer to doing an internet search.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Halikul Akbar and my student number is 041. In here, I'd like to tell you about the lexical categories. So, what the lexical category is? The simple definition of lexical category is how the words are classified or the classification of words. So, in here, lexical categories classified words into 9. The first is noun, and then the second is pronouns, the third is adjective, and then the fourth is determiner, and then verb, adverb, conjunction, preposition, and interjection. So in here, each type of lexical categories has each subtypes. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's start for the first one is noun. Noun are the names of person, place, attitude, ideas, things, qualities, or conditions. So in here, noun has two subtypes. The first is proper noun. For example, like John, Billy, California, New York, and etc. The second is common nouns. For example, like man, state, street, nation, and etc. The second type of lexical categories is pronoun. Pronoun here is the substitution of a noun. It replaces noun. A pronoun here has 7 subtypes. The first is indefinite. For example, like any, anybody, all, and etc. And then the second is reflexive. For example, like myself, yourself, itself. Then the third is intensive. For example, like uh, herself, himself, herself. Uh, then the next is personal. Personal here like I, you, he, she, it. Then the next is demonstrative. Demonstrative here like this, that, this, and those. And then there is interrogative. For example, like who, whom, what, where. And then there is relative. For example, like whoever and whichever. And then the third of lexical categories is adjective. Actually, adjective here has one subtypes. It is descriptive. For example, like good, happy, ugly, and beautiful. Adjective here, the goal is modify and identify a characteristic or quality of a noun or pronoun. And then the next lexical categories is determiner. Determiner here is used for words that specify something about noun. Determiner here has 3 subtypes. The first is articles. For example, like a, an, and the. The second is demonstrative. For example, like this, that, this, and those. And then the third is qualifiers. For example, like all, three, many, and some. And then the third is verb. Verb, the word who express an action, an occurrence, a condition, or a state of being. Verb here has 4 subtypes. The first is transitive. Transitive here means the verb need an object followed. For example, like Bruce built a house. A house is the object who followed the verb built. And then the second is intransitive. For example, like Diana retired. Intransitive here doesn't need object after the verb. And then the third is distransitive. Distransitive here means the verb followed by 2 objects. For example, like Neta gave Kasim a present. So gave is followed by Kasim and a present as the object. And then the fourth subtypes of verb is auxiliary verb. For example, like is, has, may, can, and could.
Next is adverbs. Adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Like adjectives, certain adverbs can have positive, comparative, and superlative degree. Adverb has 6 subtypes. First, manner adverb. For example, carefully, helpfully, noisily, and well. And then time adverb. For example, today, tomorrow, yesterday, soon, now, and later. Place adverb. Here, inside, there, somewhere. Frequency adverb. For example, often, usually, sometimes, absolutely, rarely, never. And then there is direction adverb, for example, away, towards, forward. And the last is degree adverbs. For example, absolutely, rarely, and never. Next, conjunction. Conjunctions connect words or groups of words. There are three subtypes of conjunction. First is coordinating conjunctions. For example, and, or, nor, but, for, and, so. And the second one is correlative conjunctions. For example, either, or, neither, nor, etc. And the last one is subordinating conjunctions. For example, because you didn't study, you flunked the test. Next is preposition. Prepositions usually introduce a phrase that ends in a noun or pronoun. They show a relationship between the object and another word or words in the sentence. There are two subtypes of preposition. First is single word. For example, for, on, up, about, at, below, by, and in. And then complex prepositions. For example, according to, because of, in front of, on account of, and instead of. And the last one is interjections. Interjections are not a vital part of the sentence grammatically. They can be removed and not alter the grammatical structure of the sentence. They are used to express feelings. For example, oh, do you really mean that? Well, goodness sakes, heavens, good heavens, and many swear words. So we have reached to the end of this presentation. Thank you so much for watching and listening to our video. Please give comments or questions below. Thank you.